Hi guys, this is Monks coming from Heron Island. Beautiful. Okay, I've decided I think I'll just do a little tutorial. Basically this is going to be comboing and transitions, basically. Basically this video is going to try to help you to create or help you with combining your tricks once you've learned each one. Obviously with tricking, one of the main things is putting together tricks in certain ways to create combinations, and that's what tricking is all about. So this is going to help you. Hopefully it will add some new ideas, and you can hopefully express your personality even better through your tricking. Excuse the birds if they're getting in their way. Anyway, so to start with, I'll start with some setups. So start with a cheat setup, quite easy. All we're going to do, so mainly for kicks. And one more thing is, I'm a left twisting tricker. If you are a right twisting tricker, you want to do everything opposite to what I'm saying. So if I'm saying my left leg, you want to use your right leg, and vice versa. Okay, so I start with my left foot forward for the cheat setup. The cheat setup is mainly for kicks, or solely for kicks really. So anyway, I'm going to start with my left foot forward, my arms nice and comfortable. What I'm going to do is step round with my right foot, doing half a turn. And I'm going to try and keep my eye lines facing my target. As soon as that hits the floor, I'm going to turn my entire body right round and bring my left knee up and then pop off my right toes. Okay, so all together it's 2 steps, so it's 1, 2. Okay, nice and easy. Using your arms, bringing them out, going from out to in. Get that nice torque, bringing you around. Okay, just one more. Okay, nice and easy. Okay, I'll just do a tornado so you can see. Okay, so that's cheat setup. Okay, the next would be pop or backside. Similar to the cheat setup, except we're not going to do a step. We're going to pop straight off the floor with both feet. Okay, so for that, get nice comfortable. All he's going to do is going to go straight up. But before we go straight up, we're going to torque to our right, pull into our left as we take off. Okay. Again, with the going from a big shape to a small shape helps the rotation. Okay, so a pop will be a full. It takes the full rotation of the kicks. So a pop 7 will be popping from this position, popping straight up, once, twice, then getting the kick out. Okay, so I'll just try and a little example. Okay, so also with that we can do the back side, which is exactly the same, except we cheat 180 of the degrees. Okay, so from a standing position, we can jump to the desired position, then take off. Okay, so an example. That was a bit bad, but anyway. So that's backside and pop. Okay, next one would be, let's have a look. Scoot. Okay, scoot, a very popular entry to a combination. All we would do is get into our comfortable standing position. We're going to put our left hand down, step with our right foot. As we put the left hand down, it comes down. I'm going to swing my left leg through that gap. Okay, not this, not around my arm. Okay, I'm going to use this arm to help us get over and come up. Okay, so that's the scoot. Just an example into a gainer. Okay, so that's that. Next, B-twist setup. Okay, so the butterfly twist or the B-twist, very popular move again. It has its own setup. It's very unique. Sort of similar to the cheat setup. Okay, so basically my line of combination is going to go this direction. So what I'm going to do is going to do that first half turn, just like the cheat setup. but then instead of lifting up and turning, I'm going to skip back. Okay, that's going to help get our feet nice and wide, and basically that leaves our upper body at this side. And what we're going to do is swing that down and back up as we kick the right leg up. Okay, them two motions, going down with the upper body and kicking that right leg up, gets us horizontal, which is because the B twist is a horizontal twist. Okay, so just a little example. Okay, so B twist setup. Next we'll have the axe 2. So an axe 2 whatever. With this, what we're going to do, all it is bringing our right leg up. As it gets to the top, you're going to power back down to the floor. And the main thing with this is getting the timing right between your right foot passing the floor and your left toes popping up. Okay, so it's a very short time frame you've got, but when you get it right, it is brilliant. Okay, and obviously the reason why you're going to do that is you're not going to smack the floor. Okay, so a little example, but also with those toes really be pushing up as you come round. Okay, so I'll do an axe to Webster. Okay. Okay, lastly, J step. And the J step, obviously, another very popular move. And there's different sort of ways of doing it, but I'll try and cover them. Okay. So with the J step, it's going to be the shape of a J, so it's quite a nice short arc. And all it is, it's going to be a few steps, finishing on your takeoff leg, my left leg, and then swinging through. It's almost like the opposite of the axe, so we're going to go off axis slightly. Okay, I like to add a little hop in, but again, very many ways of doing it. Try and personalise it to you, how you like it, what makes it good for you. Okay, 1, 3. Okay, so quickly, that was just through the setups. Okay, next we're going to transitions. Okay, they're not many, because mostly once you finish a trick you can go straight into one of the setups that we've just gone through. There are other setups, other very unusual setups and things, but I'll leave those out for now. Anyway, so transitions. One of the big ones, swing through. Okay, so I will show you this with a gainer swing through gainer. I'll do it first and then explain. Okay, so there we go, the swing through. I shall put a slow-mo. So basically, again, one of the main things with this is going to be the timing, like with the axe. Basically, as you land, you're going to be wanting to stay on your toes. Okay, a good point with all transitions, you're going to try and stay on your toes. Okay, so that stops you obviously smacking your heel on the floor and getting injured. But also it gives you the spring, gets you a lot more height. It's a lot easier to jump off your toes than it is your heels. Okay, so again the timing, you're going to want to time it so as your swing through leg is coming through, you're powering up with that kick on your right leg and also pushing as hard as you can with those toes on the left leg. Okay, next we have carry through and wrap through. Okay, both quite similar. Okay, so we've got carry through, which is any trick that's landing on the left leg and wrapping through the right leg. Okay, for example, if we're going to do hop 3. Okay, from there, I could take this leg, swing it round into another trick. Okay, I'll try a little example. Okay, so pop 3 to cheat 7. This also could be called a missed leg. Okay, because obviously missing a leg out. Okay, so another tip for that is again this big shape to a small shape. As you can see when the replay, my My left leg's coming out for the pot 3. As it comes in, that speeds the rotation up. Okay, getting into that nice pencil shape, then letting that cheat 7 out at the end. Okay, so with wrap through, which is the next one, again exactly the same, except we're going to do the exact opposite. So this would be landing on the right leg and wrapping through behind with the left leg. So try an example. Okay, so you get the idea. Again, the sand, coral, not sand, is quite unstable for this. Anyway, so as you can see, again, very same motion. That leg trailing as I land, has that little distance from my centre of gravity. As it pulls in, speeds the rotation up. And again, with the wrap through and carry through, I want to be pushing off whichever toes are on the floor at the same time. Again, that timing is very crucial. You're going to have to play with it, try and work it out. A good tip is to film yourself, as we all do, and really look at what you're doing. Okay, really try and think about what's going to make it better. Hopefully these tutorials work. If they don't, then oh well. But yeah. Okay, so next, or lastly, I suppose miss leg. And this would be obviously missing a leg out. Okay, so technically carry through and wrap through would be missed legs, but again there is some transitions that wouldn't be that, which obviously needs another name, missed leg. Okay, so for example, we could try again, not a great example, but you sort of get the idea. Basically landing on the leg, stopping the other leg from taking to the floor, and carrying on to the next trick. Right, okay, some tips now for comboing. One of the best things I've learnt or done myself to really improve your combinations is first of all making sure you have the single tricks down to a T. Okay, obviously very important. If you can't do a trick very well, obviously it's even harder to add it into combination. Obviously you're going to make it a lot harder for yourself. And you're going to learn it and probably learn it wrong, and then it's much more difficult to get it right. Okay, so first of all, make sure you've got it down to a T, each single trick. Okay, so the next thing from there will be each trick, or most tricks, are going to be taking off one foot. Obviously there are some that don't, but obviously this doesn't apply. But one good thing I've noticed is when you decide that you've learnt a trick well enough and you want to try and add it in a combination, first of all try learning the trick and landing on that leg and holding the other leg up. So don't let it touch the floor, and try and really control it so that when you land, you're very nice and in control of where you are and what you're doing. For example, a 540, it's not going to be very good if you do the 540 and then stumble around. Okay, so a good tip is to try and get that landing nice and precise. Okay, so for example, okay, say I kept spinning, but that's going to help you go into the next trick anyway. So do you see, held that knee up, nice controlled shapes, really is going to help you get into the next trick. Okay, so that's that. Another thing would be, again, this is probably a rule that you want to apply anyway, is to get more height. Okay, really push for the height, try and get the trick done nice and early so that you can spot as you're coming down, as you're opening out. You've got much more time there to think about the entry to the next trick. Okay. Okay, another Another good tip would be to really try and plan out your combinations. Obviously, quite a no-brainer, but it's going to be a lot easier for you to combine your tricks together if you know exactly what you're doing. Also, with that, there's a thing called part whole part practice. Okay, so from the name you might guess what it is. Basically, you're going to do practice the whole thing, and then you would break it down into parts. And I would recommend, obviously, 2 tricks at a time. So you can practice, obviously, or you can even break it down into 1 trick at a time to start with, obviously, what I said earlier. Then, obviously, you can go to 2 tricks, so therefore you can get the transition solid between those 2 tricks. Then you can either, say if you wanted to do a combination with 4 tricks, you could do the first 2, the second 2, the middle 2, and then put it all together. You could even do the first 3, after that, the last 3, and that's going to really strengthen your ability to combine each trick. Okay, so for example, if I wanted to do a combination like that, it's going to be very easy to break it down into just doing hook, side swipe, back handspring, back flip or flash kick, and then breaking it down, or building it up rather, into bigger parts, and then finishing with putting it all together. Okay. I suppose another good tip would be the speed of which you go through your combinations. Okay. The thing about the human brain, it fills in the gaps, and what I mean by that is if you do a trick as fast as you can and then as slow as you can, your brain will naturally compute the speed in between. Obviously it's not going to be perfect, but it will have something embedded for different speeds in between the speeds of which you've practiced. Okay, so a good idea for a combination would to be go through it as slow as you can, maybe half speed, and then full speed, and then maybe ultra speed. Okay. Again, when you're doing ultra speed, obviously it's going to be much more difficult. So it's going to be, maybe you want to wait until you're much more comfortable with what you're doing. But obviously the slow practice is going to really help embed the process of doing the trick rather than the actual movement. Okay, so that's why if you step back even further, another good tool to use would be imagery. Yeah, imagery, I think it's called that. Basically, thinking about the trick in your head rather than doing anything physical. Okay, so a thing that you might see me doing when I'm in a session, I'll be stood there with my eyes closed, basically doing this. Okay, so that's basically me in my head going through, trying to get as much feeling as possible as for the movements in my head as I can, and then that can be applied to obviously a real life combo. Because the main thing about your imagination is that it does help improve even your movement skills and your motor control. Because as you might have noticed, say if you're dreaming, when you're dreaming of something, you'll be moving, and your body sort of shoots signals to your muscles, even when you're imagining it. And basically, it's sort of ordering the pathways in which it can fire the signal.